Awesome. Welcome. Um,
Hey,
so
Willie.
nice to see so many people. Some people from class. We have Willie from class and um Bergen, who was there in the first part. Oh, Yelly from therapist class, Jen from or Jenny from practitioner class, and Laurel and Michaela and Willie, and then Tori has graduated, and Rachel coming from Australia. That's so great. And then even a couple of people I don't know. So it's just lovely mix. And hi to Christine from Marin County. So um, lovely. So welcome everyone. We are um, oh, your video is a little funny there for a second, Rick, but oh
Yeah,
well.
hopefully it'll come back in, I'm sure at some point.
Okay, hope so. Okay, so welcome to our introduction to the light body. So, light body is something that, as many of you know, is even a requirement in some of the classes at the master's level for the shamanic Chinese medicine, just because it is so amazing and powerful. And because there's nothing like it that I know of that will take you um, traveling into those interdimensional realms. So, and then connecting you if you've done channeling, and it just channeling is a great start for light body because it takes you into all these wonderful higher dimensions. So, so why do I? So I'll start with me. Why do I love light body? Rick's obviously very psychedelic over there. Getting some colors flashing through. Yes,
Um,
you too. You too will flash rainbow colors. Okay, so for me, light body is just one of those things that changes your life completely. So so maybe I'll just put it on me for a moment, and then maybe Rick will
yeah,
come back in a little better. Okay, so I love light body because it's such a focus on expansion of consciousness. And as you expand your consciousness, you're just becoming more and more aware of who you are. So it's a sense of you that just grows and grows, um, and that you and the knowing that you are connected to everything, that you are a part of all that is, and then giving you access to these higher worlds, um, and making that something that's happening more and more as a part of your life as you do this practice, as you deepen into the light body work. So I guess I might as well tell my story. So I was going to talk about that later, but anyway, how did I get into light body? So I'd been doing meditation. I had done, an 8-month, 12-hour day retreat in Chinese qigong, and we also did the Zen meditation and Taoist meditation, and so I'd gone into that a long ways, and I'd also traveled to India to sit with a master to do the Advaita, the non-dual teachings, and had ended up teaching quite a lot of meditation, and then I met Philip, and Philip was always like, wow, what a great channel. I have no idea how to channel. So that was something that was amazing to me. And then he was at a light body meditation seminar, and him and he had some friends come over because we just sort of started living together, and they were all talking some weird language about Nuya, Dinya, Liao, Rampia. It's like, but they were also all glowing. And I could tell that they were connected into places that I had no idea how to get into. And it was like, oh, okay, this is a whole other level from anything that I have previously learned. So I was like, okay, I'm doing this. I want this too. So I just started. That was the mid-90s. And so that's been, I don't know if it's quite, I've been quite doing it for 30 years, but maybe 28 years or 29 years. So it's quite a long time. I've been into this kind of meditation. And once I got into it, I never looked back. I never come across anything that is sort of in this realm. Or because if I did, I would jump on it right away and see where it would take me. But this is really very unique in my experience because it does take you beyond where anything else I've ever come across will take you. And you don't have to like die to go there. You just have to follow the steps. It's relatively easy. just do some meditations, step by step by step by step. It will take you to another, to another whole level. So let's see. I'm trying to see where Rick is. Okay, Rick, maybe it's better now. So I'm gonna bring Rick back in. So Rick, what would you like to say about your journey into this?
If I would stop fading in and out,
I know you weren't doing that earlier today. That's so
let me
weird.
let me close out some of my windows on my
Okay, well,
here.
maybe if you just speak to us without the visuals.
Just give me a second here.
Yeah, it looks like he's time traveling. Yes, he's trying to like come back into this reality. Rick, come back. It's
I
December
closed.
28th, 2023.
I was on Netflix too, so that might have kind of messed things up a little bit. So, um, so the light body is a significant part of my life. It really helps me to kind of place things, to understand things here on the earth plane, the way things work, the way people, what's significant for people, what are they, what's my connection, what's my energetic connection between them and me? What does that look like? And I can find that as energy, and I can work with energy and understand my life and understand myself and understand others. And so it's a significant tool, and and I've gained significantly from it. So I have prepared a little thing here. So on what the heck the light body is. So your light body is an energetic body, because we've, through medical qigong, we work with energies. Well, the light body is also working with energies, but it's at a higher level. The energies are more organized, they're more far reaching, they're more subtle initially, but they're very substantial. And the amount of light and love that's available that you can move into, that you can become a part of and join, is quite significant. And it's it has a lot of meaning and substance and truth and life. So it's an energetic body, and it consists of light, and it is located in and around your body. You develop the light body as the next step in your evolution as a human being. And awakening your light body brings higher and finer frequencies of light into your physical, emotional, and mental energy bodies. So, of course, on the earth plane, we have the physical body, which everybody can see. Hey, I have one of these. But then the emotional body and the mental body, it's at a different energy level, and you get to directly affect each of those bodies. And once you have the energies flowing, you have that level of harmony in each of the bodies, the flow and the harmony, then you can move up into the higher levels of reality. Everybody can do it. And it's like a next evolutionary step for humanity to move up into what really is available to all of us, these energies, and they're extremely enjoyable. And that the level of connection and being a part of the higher community, it really can open up your energies significantly. And it is also, there are challenges along the way. Not gonna lie, there's challenges, because it doesn't change your path. It brings what's inside of you out for you to see, or kind of accelerates your path. So it's not that those challenges would not come to you, they still would, but the light body accelerates things. And if my body could stop moving, it might be a little bit simpler. So you're building with these higher frequencies, you build step by step a new awareness of the higher dimensions and of yourself as you live and move in those dimensions. So we're basically, Wendy and I are trying to make it simple for you to understand, to help it make sense to what's available to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is, like I say, it's a step-by-step opportunity to grow, to evolve. So the Awakening Your Light Body is evolving through stages, and there are 6 volumes of meditations, and each one takes you further. And but even the very first one is pretty amazing. Okay, I think we have to put your sorry, Rick. You can still talk, but I'm just going to take out the spotlight because it's
Okay.
it's a little psychedelic for us. Okay, and actually, when it's not so psychedelic when it's on the small little picture, so that's good. Yeah. So and so there are so many levels at which it helps you. So the light body, our first level of this is actually pretty close to the physical. And the great thing is that you kind of have 2 types of meditations. And I'm going to pull up the PowerPoint. So it's simple. Just a moment. Here. Here it is. Okay, it's not even showing to me, but it seems to be on this. So it's on the screen, I do believe. And okay, so you've got the PowerPoint. Is that up, Rick?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, great. Okay. So a little bit more because there's just so much about it. It's like, wow, you don't want to miss saying something. So, um, so what people say is that this course has allowed them to have direct experiences of the higher states of consciousness that they had only read about, understood intellectually in the past. And that's absolutely the case. This, I teach and I bring these kind of meditations into the shamanic Chinese medicine class, because again, I want people to have direct experiences of expanded states of consciousness. But where I've got that from is from myself studying the light body. The light body is what allows me to bring in these frequencies from the higher worlds and take people into those higher worlds to access these higher states of consciousness. And so it does not involve a prior skill with meditation or with higher states of consciousness. So you don't have to have, done a lot of meditation to do this. Anyone can just simply a willingness to practice, be playful and inventive, and make a commitment to your growth. So it's all about experience. It's about your experience, not someone else's. It's not about comparing yourself, or that there's a specific way that this needs to happen, or a way that there is like a right experience or a wrong experience. It is your experience. But the more that you relax and play into it, the higher the experience will be, because these meditations are transmissions. So they are transmissions of consciousness, and it's really just being sent out to you, and it's for you to kind of get on board and take the ride with it. It's not about you. It's not so much of a doing. It's about practicing, but there's no heavy lifting. That's sort of done for you. There are beings who are part of this, who want you to have these higher experiences. So that is one of the ways that it's very different, is that there are beings who want to, bring you this experience of love and light and expanded consciousness and accessing, the truth of your being and all of these wonderful things. The light body is compatible with and can strengthen and deepen your experience of any other spiritual practices and beliefs that you have. And so it's not a religion, it's not a belief system, it is experiential. And so what you get from it, what you learn, is all coming from what happens inside of you, rather than something that, this idea that you need to be or do. Anything you'd like to add to that, Rick?
Yeah, there's in the light body group, there's people that are Buddhists, there's Jewish people, there's I was raised Catholic, there's people from all over the world that practice the light body. And Wendy and I know people all over the world that it's like a kind of join a family, kind of a spiritual family that you can join once you're a light body graduate. So it's quite enjoyable.
Yeah. And it's not a cult, because there's not like a belief system. It's just a practice. It's sort of like people all over the world might do Qigong or Tai Chi, but it's not a cult. Because you're not all like worshiping something or anything like that. Or people do yoga. Yoga is not a cult. So in the same way, light body meditation isn't a cult. And at the same time, Rick's absolutely right. People from in all the continents of the world who do this, including Africa, and of course Asia, South Asia, and Japan, and Taiwan, and let's see, and of course Australia,
Indonesia,
yeah, just all over. So, and of course Europe, people across Europe, Russia, and then South America. So, we for years have made friends in many different parts of the world. So it's been really wonderful. So these are guided meditation journeys. And so the Da Ben journeys by Dwayne Packer. And these are very energetic, and well, they can be really visual, but they aren't sort of, and they can have visual cues, but they're really very, very energetic. And they're designed to be purely experiential and consciousness expanding. So these are the ones that are taking you out into the interdimensional realms. So these are, and then Da Ben is the guide. He is, Dwayne's guide is Da Ben. Now, both Dwayne Packer and Sanaya Roman are no longer on the physical plane, and they are making all of this even more powerful. So, and so we have sort of left the trail of breadcrumbs by them, and Dwayne just passed this summer, and we have had, I don't know how many thousands of journeys that they have taken us on. And Oren's Journeys, on the other hand, by Sanaya Roman, who's also written books like Living with Joy and what is it? What are her other books?
Personal Power Through Awareness.
Oh yeah, that's the big one. Yeah, Personal Power Through Awareness and
Spiritual Growth.
Yeah, and Creating Money and Opening the Channel, of course, a big one,
Yeah.
which I teach. So, and so Oren is Sanaya Roman's guide. And this is working with the personality, beliefs, and emotions to clear blockages and support the expansion of consciousness. So these two have to go together. You start to expand consciousness without working on the emotional, the personality, and all of that. It's not going to go well. There's going to be a bit of perhaps a crash and burn. And these journeys are just classic. You can go back to them for years. They are wonderful. They're sort of really open. And again, they have, Oren is there, but you also have your guys there. There's so much high being support in these journeys. So it's non-religious, no belief system, and can support a person on any spiritual path. The teachings are transmitted as energies, which you can experience, and they will give you your own unique journey. And so the guides are interested in your journey. They want to follow you. So they learn when they're working with you, they want to see what opens you up and what will take you to the higher places, to the higher realms. How do they open up your energy? And they're really interested in opening up your consciousness, helping you to expand to be, all of who you are. So that's what they are there to do. And that's why they're here, because that's their job. They're guides for humanity. And so by working with you, you provide a template for them to work with all beings on this planet, all humans. So what they learn from you, they can apply to others and help in the transformation of human consciousness. So these are some pictures of the energies. So the lower centers are sort of the lower left quadrant here. And then that with the higher centers is on the lower right. And then the upper part is sort of zooming into the actual idea of the light body. So these are just sort of some pictures, but it's sort of more like this when you're doing it. So that's more your experience. The other one's like, it's a beautiful, very cosmic experience that you can have through doing this work. So it feels more like this picture.
Yeah, and there's different as we go through the energies, the light body energies and the light body states, that there's different ways to sense or to connect with the energies, because some people are more visual and they'll get a visual sense of the energies, and and a lot of people are felt sense, such as me. And I really rely on that felt sense to get a grasp or or even to move into energies. But then other people are, they're clairaudient, they'll hear the energies. And I know that there's other ways to do it. So whatever way you have to connect with energies is perfect. And that it's very important, you know, to honor your path as you connect with these energies and move into them. So that I think we're going to stress that throughout the course, that it's your experience, it's your connection and your process that's important.
Yes. And so even when we do these, we talk about visuals. We'll talk about maybe lights or shapes or movement. But it doesn't, you don't need to actually be seeing these things. We all experience them in our own way. And like Rick said, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentient, clairsentience, and claircognizance. So you just kind of have a sense, you're sitting in a knowing, and it's sort of all happening. So we like claircognizance because you kind of see, hear, feel all of that all at once. Okay. So energies are transmitted to awaken each of these. So we have the vibrational energy body centers, the power base, that's the first three centers. That's our very first volume, works on this. The second volume is the heart center. And it's wonderful to open. Then the higher centers, higher three centers, more and more expansion. And then when our light body centers, we go beyond this. That's when we start to get really very cosmic and awakening your light body, which is actually a light body, and then becoming radiant. So these are the sort of the levels. There's 6 volumes altogether. And the volume in between is really one where we just kind of, there's a play volume where we kind of go back and play with a lot of these centers. Okay, so I was going to ask Pamela for a minute. I saw Pamela came in, if she would give her a little bit about her experience as a light body student.
Hi. Well, I have had some really remarkable experiences that, especially the gas beings. I just remember one time with the gas beings, it was so incredibly real. I totally knew I was there with these beings. It was pretty cool. But I'm really looking forward to working with the upper levels.
Yes.
Yeah, going over those.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you. Yes. So a little bit more about it. We're going to get into some meditation so you can experience this. So let's see. Go. Okay, so the course is designed. So this is how the course, how the course works. When you sign up for the course, you are sent the downloads. You have to pay when you pay for the course, because we actually have to pay for this. You become part of this, and it's not just us who's sending you this. It's actually coming from the Oren Daben Foundation. So digital downloads, there are 74 meditations in 6 volumes, divided into 6 volumes. Most of them are 12, the first 5, 12 each, and then the last one is 14 meditations. And each one of these volumes has a PDF file that's a workbook for each segment that are really detailed and super, super helpful. And you also get the Zoom link for the classes. The course load for the students, classes are usually every other week for 2 hours and include 2 live meditations. And Rick is talking about, from people who are on different time zones, that he's thinking of that he'll even do an in-between class or something, and people can possibly even have more meditation time. So that would be really wonderful. So to keep up though, you need to do a minimum of 3 meditations per week. You can do this, 3 meditations a week. So it's not a big course load. It's something that's very doable. And they're wonderful and people want to do more and more. So they are Mondays, 2 weeks apart, not usually. This year they're actually 2 weeks apart, all the way through. And evenings from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. First one, building your power base. These are the dates. And they're on my website. So you can go to emptymountain.com and find all of those dates. But the first one, building your power base, that's those lower 3 centers. So this one's really pretty amazing. It really gets you started, and it has wonderful the meditations from Oren that are just great for the emotional body. And then that continues into opening the heart center. That's very powerful. And then we get into the higher energy centers and we start expanding. The consciousness keeps getting higher and bigger and brighter. Aligning your vibrational energy bodies. That is just working this whole base. So this is a base, and this is the base. And so when you do this course, after this, you are eligible for all of the light body courses, and there's really a lot of them. But you can't get any of those until you actually do this course. And this is the foundational course, because you need to have set this foundation. So 1, 2, and 3, really setting the foundation, and 4, just working with that even more to line up what we call the vibrational energy body centers. Then we can start to awaken the light body. And so then we shift, and we make a dimensional shift in 5 that opens you up into this whole other expanded world of consciousness. It's like a doorway. 5 is like a doorway into expanded consciousness. And then we go into that further. That's like, the gas beings, I think, that Pamela was talking about was in part 1. So we get into some of that traveling. We get into traveling right away. Even tonight, we'll do some traveling. But this is the real foundation, and to really get this and to be able to learn how to, to even do this yourself. All very important. And then we have tuition payable through the website. This is full course with the downloads. That's a 6-month course. And then there's US prices. We have Canadian prices. We're giving Canadians a break because we know the dollar is not very good. And then review classes. Lots of people like to come back and review. I have people already lining up to review this time. And if you've already owned the downloads, you can also do the course. So we have that pricing as well. Okay. I think that might be $5.95, not $6.95, the bottom one. Okay. Anyway, so this is where you're going. This is it. It gets pretty much like that. You're out there. And at the same time, you might be out there, but it's also very safe feeling. And I just need a moment because I have to plug in my computer. I see that I didn't do that. Okay, so I'm over to you, Rick. What would you like to add to this?
Okay, so of course the light body takes a person to states that you really can't, your personality can't really predict, or it's kind of outside of your awareness from a personality level. So what I would do, I would do a journey, and then I'd kind of observe the way my personality, or the energies from the journey would kind of percolate into my personality level, my physical body, emotions, and then the mental energy. And so it can take like an hour or 2, or perhaps even more, for it to kind of come down into the personality level, because you're you're going up into higher states of your awareness. You're building your light body, and it is truly a vehicle for you. And it's you can do a lot with it, but then it's interesting the way it comes back into the personality, all these higher energies. And so that's where Orn comes in. That's where Orn helps you, to help your personality to adjust, to process different things. They call them sub-personalities in the light body, that it's like an aspect of you or a part of you that you're processing, and you're helping that part of you, that sub-personality, to grow. And the main tool that you have is to love that part of you, to listen to it, to recognize it, to accept it, and to love it, help it to evolve. And Orn has wonderful processes to help parts of you shift up into the light and kind of let go of that holding on, that fear or needing. It's there's lots of beings of light that are there to help, but then also Orn is very gifted at helping you adjust. So you will have the tools available to make the shifts to move into the higher states.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
my video should be working now. I shouldn't be.
Okay, I think maybe it is.
Okay. I had two browsers open, so that might have been messing
Oh,
with it.
yeah. Oh, much better. Much more calm. Yes, you can move your arms and it's not psychedelic.
No more max headroom.
Right. Well, learning, right. Okay, so I'm thinking that it would be maybe a good time to step into a meditation. And we'll have Q&A afterwards. We're gonna do 2 meditations. And okay, so Rick, you're gonna do the first meditation.
All righty then. So,
Okay.
so this meditation, we're going to go through your energy. Because as, of course, kind of a part of your human experience on the planet, you have kind of energy that everybody has access to. So we're going to look at helping that to flow. Oh, we have
yes, question
music.
here. Yes, it is recommended. It's always great to sit on a chair. Okay. Oh, we have some.
Yeah. So the important thing in the meditation is to have an erect spine and to allow that and to be relaxed and allow that energy to flow.
Mhm.
And so if you do that in a chair, that's fine. If you do it on a mat, a cushion meditation mat, that's fine.
Yeah.
The whole idea is for you to be relaxed and your energy flowing. So Wendy, could you do the music? I
Sure. I'll set
didn't
the
cue it
music
up.
up. No problem. Okay. Yeah.
Michaela, it's okay to be horizontal. I think from my experience, it's a little bit more challenging that way because there's more of a tendency to fall asleep. But you can do it. It's okay.
But definitely that is the issue. Mostly falling asleep is the issue. Okay, so I think we're ready to go. Okay.
Greetings. And a very warm welcome to all of you in this group. It is so nice to see you seeking out more radiance, more flow, more alignment with the higher forces of the universe. More of that light, more of that joy, that aliveness, that sense that you're growing, that you're evolving, that you're becoming more. And it is so nice to be a part of that, I must admit. And noticing your physical body, noticing your the energy in your body, noticing how that energy can slow down, that it can be more flowing, that it can be more there could be less restrictions, that you can let those muscles relax. So taking the time to go through your legs, your feet, letting the muscles in your legs relax. And your thighs and your buttocks and your low back. Letting your entire back relax, let go, that things are okay, that it's okay to be at ease, okay to let go. And noticing your arms, letting your muscles in your arms let go. And noticing your neck muscles and your jaw muscles. And letting yourself come to a new level of relaxation where you have that inner peace, that it's okay to let the tightness go. And then noticing your emotions, your emotional energy. It can be very agitated. It can be you can have very fast emotional energy, but you can also have very still emotional energy to where it's where you're maybe less attached to the emotions, to where the emotions can be more flowing. They can be at peace, at ease. They can be a part of maybe more of a oneness. That it's okay to let those energies flow. And you notice that you have the physical ease, you have the emotional flow. And you're slowing down and noticing the mental energy. The mental energy can be very active, and it can also be not very active. It can be where your thoughts come into your mind and they set up and then they go. To where you're really not attaching to the thoughts. That the thoughts are there, but there's nothing holding onto them. There's no restriction on their flow. You're just allowing those thoughts to flow. Coming into your energy, into that light within you, that source of light within you, that sense of who you are inside, at a deeper, higher level. And we're going to look at some centers within your body. We're not going to call out specifically where the centers are, but we're going to make the sounds of the centers. And this can be an aid to help you move into the energy of the centers. We are connecting with you on an energetic level. We are noticing your energy and supporting you as appropriate. And notice that it's more still, the energy is more still as we take this journey. That there's more, the more still you get, the more energy is available. Yeah. Letting that energy move through you, or even allow yourself to move with that energy. Allow yourself to be a part of that energy. That you're connected, you're kind of riding on or moving with that energy. You have more that is available to you. Didn't need, yeah. Noticing how your energy shifts and changes. Noticing what energy is available to you. And use, this can be visual, this can be sense oriented, this can be audio, whatever way you connect with energy is what's most important. Your energy is what's important. Yeah. And more energy is available now as you look in the space around you. Move in. From the from the Yeah. Traya. Yeah. Nori. Nori. And noticing your energy, how it is different now, how it is more open and flowing, that you're connected with these higher energies, that you're a part of them, if you will, and really only if you choose. That you're part of that higher flow, part of that aliveness. There's more available to you. And this can be more of a sense of serenity. It can be a sense of connection. It can be a sense of simply being in the energies. Being is a very wonderful state. Being and not doing. Being a part of these energies. There can be many ways to explore these energies and higher energies as well. And we take the time to honor you, your willingness to grow, your willingness to look within at who you are inside, at that essence, that core of who you are. That is so important. Your sense of knowing, your sense of being and connecting, very, very important. And if you're ready, let yourself come back. Come back to the earth plane, to how you choose to identify yourself. Knowing that we can return to the higher energies. And coming back fully now.
Thank you, Rick. I'm just going to continue really from there. That seemed like a great takeoff point. So let's take a few breaths and stretch. Breathe in, maybe stretch a little. Arch your back. Inhale, exhale, curl forward. Okay. Switch this out. Okay, so let's see. Okay, well, Rick's got us on a nice trajectory there. When we do the light body seminars, we're used to like doing quite a few in a row. So anyway, here we go again. Music. Okay. And finding that nice posture, breathing, smiling, making that breath deep and full. To that lower abdomen, deep breath in and out, slow and long and smooth. Feeling these energies, space that you're in. And then take some breaths, long and slow, into the chest. Savoring the breath. Being aware of the space around you that you're breathing in. That connection to the whole, that connectedness to space, to the universe with each breath you take. Then alternating, taking a nice breath into the belly. Deep breath, chest breath, go to pause. Going from chest to abdomen, back and forth. Doing that body awareness. And then letting that go. And just breathing in. As you breathe in, get a sense of breathing in light from above. That heavenly light. And exhaling that down into the earth, like into the roots of a tree. Breathing from the tree roots. And that breath up and exhaling up towards the sky, like a tree, into the branches, into the leaves, up towards the stars. Breathing from those stars, bring that light down, exhaling down into the earth. Feeling that connection, that flow. Breathing up, expanding out towards the sky at your own pace. And back down into the earth. Good, and bringing your awareness now to the very center, that area of the heart, fourth chakra. Letting your mind come to rest here. Let your focus be at the heart. Breathing into the heart. And now letting go, expanding all around into space. Breathing back in as a focus at the heart. Breathing in, exhaling out. Letting go, expanding, gathering back in. Focus, exhale. Come diffuse, expanded. Once more, breathing in as if you could crystallize this energy into a lovely glowing pearl. And just drop that like it's dropping into a puddle of dark fluid that ripples outward. Letting yourself relax and expand into the ripples. And just be. Letting go of the breath in this expanded state of being. Being open, conscious, relaxed. Good, and from this place, as if you were floating in the universe, either visual, seeing a sky full of stars, or just imagining that you're there with your eyes closed and there was a sky full of stars. You could feel the presence of all of those stars. Feel that light and know that it's there. You could hear that sound of vastness, and that as you look up, there is a light above you, directly above you. Bright light above you, shining down on you. You're being drawn upward to this light, lifting up the distant star, soul star, drawing you upward. Drawing you upward more and more, floating up through the colors of the rainbow, floating up through red, orange, yellow, green, blue, turquoise, purple, violet, white light. Floating up into the presence of your soul, of your eternal soul, that great aspect of who you are, coming into this place of light. Good. And with your eternal soul now, and your soul now creating a column of light in front of you, and stepping into this column of light, becoming even more merged with your soul. Good. And your soul now with you, calling upon the great beings who watch over the light body, the high beings, who are coming now to you to give you an experience of expanded consciousness in whatever form that may take for you. And allowing this expansion with eternal soul, with your own guides who would be there, the angelic beings who are there. Good. And now they are opening, creating an opening for you to energetically move into. So experiencing this shift coming into a place of peace, of harmony, of unity, of connectedness, of expansion, of flow, perhaps color or light, perhaps just a feeling. Good. And just being your experience here in this energy. Good. And these beings are giving you a blessing of light. It is dropping down, is moving through you at all levels, shifting your energy field. Love, light, and healing. Good. And these beings are so grateful that you have come, that you have taken this time and taken this journey to meet them. You might ask now if this is the right time for you to take this journey, or if perhaps another time or another path, whatever that is for you. We are just grateful to have made this connection. Good, and thank you. So now with your eternal soul, thanking these beings, feeling the presence of your eternal soul, taking a moment to just let this energy be here to align with the eternal soul. Knowing that your eternal soul is always watching over and keeping you on your highest path. And now bringing this light back, descending now down through that rainbow of light, the white, violet, purple, blue, turquoise, green, yellow, orange, and red. Descending back down, back into the body, breathing in the body, and yet feeling your connection to the eternal soul and the higher worlds. Smiling. As you absorb this light, remembering your journey, good. And continue to breathe here. Good. And we thank you once again for taking this time. And we give you our blessings until we meet again. Hey, thank you. I like to rub the hands together and just kind of come back in a little bit over the face, breathing in, and then just kind of brushing down over your head. Yes, I have a physical body. Yes, I'm back in the physical world. Whew. Okay, there you go. Nice double journey there. Okay, questions and comments. You can put them in the chat, and you can also just recombobulate or kind of come back here in the physical world. Ooh. Oh, thanks, Christine. Nice for you to be here with us.
So how'd it go, Willie?
Am I allowed to speak?
Yeah.
Great. So thank you both for the beautiful meditation. I Wendy, during your meditation, I felt like angelic things, like it looks like kind of like this. It's like
Yeah.
it's like purple and white and pink, and it was kind of floating all over, so I got to see them.
Nice.
And then I I entered this space of just like moss all over, just soft moss, and it was like a very safe space where I can just lay on the moss, and it was very relaxing. So I just got transferred to that environment. Yeah, it was very calming and feels really cozy.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else with some share? Rachel.
Wendy, I just actually had more of a question about
Sure.
the course.
Yeah.
I was just wondering in the two, I'm sorry if you said this and if I might have missed it. In the 2 hours that we're meeting,
Yeah.
you said there's 2 live meditations in that
Yes.
time as well. So would
Yes.
that be something like tonight, or would they be a bit longer?
We can't do the ones from the course. So, there's, we have certain restrictions. We just can't like go and teach those. So they'll be fantastic.
But are they so they would be different from what you've
They're
done
not,
tonight?
yes, they're gonna be different from what we did tonight. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you're, because I'm not sure about the timing, if you're missing them, and
They're all
if you-
recorded.
yeah, so is it that you would listen to the recording before you came to the next class?
Yes, if you miss it,
Oh,
yeah, exactly. If you miss it, then you're gonna listen to the recording before the next class.
okay.
Yeah,
So,
mostly because there's also Q&A there.
okay, yeah,
Because,
that was the other question. It's just like in the 2 hours,
oh,
how
yeah.
much is in terms of the experience and how much is Q&A? Like how do you divide that time
Well,
up?
Okay, so it's not going to be, it will even see each level is different. So some levels are going to have more questions, but we're going to describe the new energy centers. So you're going to be having new energy centers, except for like number 4, where you don't have new energy centers. But in the other ones, you're going to be having new energy centers, and we're going to need to be describing you and talking about the energy centers. And then you're also going to have questions from what you've been doing. And so, but it usually works out just perfectly. We've had, all the classes seem to have a really nice balance between questions and talking about what's going to happen this time. The next 2 weeks, we're going to get into a 2 weeks cycle. And Rick has sort of volunteered here to do some earlier meetup for people who aren't in the time zone, aren't in Pacific, because we know that it's tricky. Not in Australia, it's tricky. It's tricky. Great for Australia. What time is it, Rachel?
I think, sorry, I still have my computer on. I think it's not coming up to 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Where's my?
It's very
Oh no,
midday.
sorry, it's coming up to 3 p.m.
Okay, so it's really midday for Australia.
Yeah, tomorrow.
But it's
Yeah.
hard for East Coasters. So that's why I wanted to also put that out there. Yeah. Okay, and Pamela says there are the course recordings. Yeah, and the meditations are on Daben. So you get these downloads too outside the class time. Thank you for the beautiful meditations. Thanks, Pamela. So you do have those, and those are what you work on. We do the ones 2 live, but then you're going to be doing the 6, the 3 each week that are from the downloads. Okay, and Jen, I was drawn into a huge ball of light and had a few experiences. I feel a sense of wholeness and wow, turned into water and was pouring places instead of moving, then joined with several guides. Beautiful. Love that. This is very magical stuff. So what can we say? It's magical.
Yeah, and the centers are very specific, because we're going to go through each center, and the energies are very distinct. So of course you start out with you're building a base and you're moving up into the higher centers, and then I was offering like an alternate time. It seemed like 6:30 to 8 might not be the most convenient for some people, so I wanted
8:30, yes, 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30.
8:30.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make an alternate time to go through centers and do Q&A on one of the mornings. I thought would be a convenient time for people. So
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I'll even let some of my East Coasters know they may want to come back and review just for that. Because it is hard on the East Coast. It's challenging for sure. Willie, okay. Oh, and Tori, thank you. I enjoyed it. Okay, feeling nice and relaxed. Good. Willie, when we are connecting with our eternal soul, the old injury knots in my body start vibrating. That's cool. It almost felt like the eternal soul was trying to heal the back injury I got from the gym 7. Yes, absolutely. That's why I said really cool. That vibrating is actually the feeling that is what is actually happening with that vibrating. That is super cool. Yes. That is it, going in and healing. So yeah. The more you can get into that space and get that vibration going, the better. Okay, other comments and questions? How was your journey, Pamela?
Luscious. Just very expansive and luscious, and both of you did a delightful, wonderful job of. I felt the energy coming through, and
Yeah.
Being carried on the energy. I just kind of let myself be carried with it instead of me trying to do something with it, and feeling all the different. I was wondering how far you were going to go, Rick. Feeling all those energies there.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
fun.
I wanted to keep people, somewhat still on the earth plane and not too far out there. So
Yeah.
That was my job. Kicking them off the earth plane.
That was very good. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to this. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, good to hear.
Yeah.
I'm curious, because I don't know, this is the first time I'm meeting you, Rick. And your bio's not on Wendy's website.
Oh, it
So,
is. It's under the light body bios.
oh, is it? Oh, because
Yeah,
I
go to
clicked
light
in
body
there. and I
bios.
didn't-
I know it's like, oh shoot, it's not in the other bios. Yes.
Okay, I thought, okay, because I clicked in that and it's, okay, I didn't see it in there. Okay, I'll dig again. Thank
I
you.
can give you a quick bio if you want.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
yeah, Rick, tell us about your journey in light body. Now that you're not
Yeah.
you're less psychedelic.
So, let's see, back in the 90s, I was trying a number of different styles of meditation, and I really couldn't find any style that incorporated the emotions. I stared at the candles, did the Zen thing, and other styles, and I had a lot of emotional energy that I did not know how to process at the time, and I found info on a journey that Luminescence had, just a single journey, and so I sent away for that, and they sent me a newsletter, and so I'm going through the Luminescence newsletter, and they start talking about the light body, and I'm like, okay, so I read about it, and I'm thinking nobody can deliver what they're offering, what they say this meditation style can do. I'm thinking nobody can deliver this. So I was sitting on my bed and I threw the newsletter to the end of my bed. And there were 3 beings at the end of my bed. and they said, "This is what you've been looking for. This is it." And one of them was even jumping up and down with joy. So, so I said, okay. And so I jumped in and it does. I can process. Oh, I'm in there somewhere on the empty
That's
mountain.
where you
Oh.
are. Yep. The first
And
one, the upper one, yes.
yeah, so yeah, so I can process those strong emotions, that, that, and then figure out what's the meaning behind the emotion. What's the purpose? What's it telling me? What's the thought that has stirred up the emotion? What's going on here? That the light body helps me to do that. So I can have that emotional flow, and I don't need to attach, and I can do a lot of things with the light body that, and it helps my life to make sense, to have meaning and purpose and that aliveness. And so, and then prior to that, I worked in a machine shop for a while. I had a lot of different jobs, and then I ended up in engineering, and I did engineering for a number of years. And it's interesting that in the engineering field, I can do, all that analytical stuff and come up with really good solutions, but it's very slow. In the light body, I can solve math problems with energy. I can.
Wow.
I've done it. And people have come to me with math problems. Rick, can you solve this? I do it with energy. And so it's two different worlds, that linear thought and the light body it's so big. There's so much. We're really in the forefront of bringing this consciousness through to the earth plane,
Mhm.
and humanity is going this direction.
Mhm.
This is going into all of the schools, into the fields of work. This is going out there. It's just a matter of time. I mean, it's not super fast, but it's one person at a time gets it. They're just, oh, I can do a ton with this stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, one of our good friends is a space scientist.
yeah.
And he
Space
uses this all the time.
Yeah.
He uses this, he's got stuff going up onto space shuttle and all those things. Gosh. Anyway, those things that are going out there in space, I should know, because sometimes he writes my name on something, says, "Oh, your name's on this little thing that's out there in space," which is very lovely. Anyways, yeah, so it can, and one time he was there was some bill going through, I don't know which of the houses, House of Representatives or something like that. Anyway, there was a bill going through, and he did the light body work because he needed to put this amendment on this bill that was going through. And he did the light body, and it turned out that everything worked out and he was allowed to do it. And it was the most, before something got passed, the shortest time before something had ever gone past, been passed through the Congress, or it was Congress or the Senate. It may have been the Senate. Anyway, it works. We can attest to that in many, many situations.
Yeah. Because you
and of
build,
course, for me, it's such a big part of everything that I do. It's a part of all my teaching. It's a part of all the sessions that I do. If you want to do channeling and mediumship, this is such a great basis for that, and it will uplift your channeling. It will uplift your mediumship. It will uplift your energy skills, your energy work skills. So for the shamanic Chinese medicine, your ability to read people, to read energies, to yeah, all that the diagnostics that we do, the energetic diagnostics, all of those things are totally enhanced, so enhanced by this. So that this is a great foundation for all those things, or for anything that you do. It'll make a difference, whatever you do in life. This is great stuff. Okay, so I think it's 8 o'clock. So any last questions here? Thank you for all the comments. And yes, there's Rick's bio there. You can click on that. Satellites, it's not actually, I don't think in satellites, but I think it's in a space station because he has a thing that's reading the radiation. So he has radiation models that he puts in places and that they're sending the information back, because that's his thing. He's space weather. So the space weather person has a light body. Yeah. Also goes up on, jets and things for pilots and air crew. Yeah. Maybe probably higher than satellites. I really don't know. He knows. Okay. Well, thank you all for being here. And if, and also if you have anyone who you think would really benefit from this, pass it along to them, because it's very life-changing to take this class. So, okay, so I think I'm going to officially stop the recording.